Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've been searching for something new to watch, and I have a friend that's been telling me that Avatar: The Last Airbender is the greatest show, and I want to give it a shot. So I want to know, how do y'all feel about The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender? We're going to react to one of his videos about it being the best show, and I'm going to watch some episodes and maybe post, and we'll see how that goes for the channel. But I do need something new to watch. We're gonna see what he got to say. Hopefully there's no spoilers. I really hope there's not spoilers, but we'll see.
But I believe
in Joe Hendry.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is the greatest American cartoon of all time. Let's talk about it.
Bro hasn't watched Clarence.
For the people who clicked on this video and literally have never seen this show, my God, I have to give this explanation for you. For the people who've seen it, hey twin, we right here. We right here.
Yeah, I'm not locked in.
Airbender was an animated show from back in the day, like when I was a kid, and I'm old as hell now. In this world, not everyone, but most people can harness the powers of different elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Those elements and their people live in particular nations, kingdoms, or villages that have better terrain for their particular bending. But one person can harness all four elements, known as the Avatar, whose job it is to bring peace to the world. The series centers around a young old boy Avatar named Aang, who disappeared and was found 100 years later after the Fire Nation had already conquered and ruled with the worst murderous grip. It's his job to now bring peace, but no one knows he exists. The Fire Nation's trying to kill him, and he has to fully learn and excel in all the bending skills quickly to save the world. Did I mention he's also like 12 years old?
The storytelling, the lore, the development. Enough yapping, I'm ready to glaze.
You're a grown man saying you're ready to glaze.
Is literally some of the greatest storytelling that is so immersive in the development and growth of the characters. You can't help but gain compassion for a 12-year-old having the responsibility of saving the world. The relatability of Sokka trying to find his place as a non-bender on the team, Katara being a mother figure, and Zuko having the greatest redemption arc like LeBron in the 2016 finals. Ooh, I get excited talking about this. The craziest thing is that all of the main characters are kids. I thought it was a little weird at first that Aang and Katara had crushes on each other. I'm like, whoa. But the main characters are...
Wait, so Aang is like a child in an old man's body? Is that what I'm understanding? A little bit.
Literally between the ages 12 to 16. What's even crazier than that is that this show is made for kids 7 and up. But if we're being honest, you gain such an appreciation for this show when you watch it as an adult. The amount of rewatch that this show has and still being able to enjoy.
I'm going to literally post me reacting to I'll do the first season or first couple episodes and see how I like it. If I like it, I will continue it as a series on this channel. Cause I ain't gonna front. I don't know what I want to start yet. I was thinking about finishing the Daredevil or starting the Punisher, and then possibly getting into. So I may start this and then do Daredevil. Oh, and X-Men. I heard X-Men is getting really good. The animated series on Disney. I heard that's getting really good.
Each time that you watch it, it's what makes this show such a classic. And even saying that just now, I didn't even realize this show came out in 2005. That's 20
That was 3 years.
20 years ago. This shit is really on this LeBron shit, bruh.
LeBron
cartoons. I'm popping my shit today, twin. Honestly, it being a kid's show is what made it so innocent and genuine. The light jabs of humor sometimes be corny, but hey, Sokka be having me geeked. The overall mission is that Aang is going to one day have to face the Fire Lord, with the fate of the world literally counting on him. And even though inevitably he's going to have to face this, each episode takes you to a different journey of each character, showing you why they're in the position that they're in. Zuko from the beginning of the show is the main antagonist and is the son of the Fire Lord who must capture the Avatar to regain honor, blah blah blah. From the beginning of the show to literally the very end, he shows his personal growth by finding his own way and finding his own purpose, to even going against...
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie, I love character development. I love character development. If this show has great character development, we might be on to something.
It's his own family to help the Avatar. The lore in this story is insane, gang. Aang trying to learn how to bring balance to the world, but before realizing that he has to gain balance within himself. That's deep. Katara, to me, being one of the most frustrating characters when watching, but also one of the most needed characters, bringing a lot more emotion to the storyline and a softer touch. Shorty will have you tearing up with that backstory. Toph being one of the greatest benders, and yes, I will stand on that. Argue with me in the comments.
She must be an earthbender.
I am the greatest earthbender in the world.
Coming in to teach Aang earthbending, and starting off as a lone wolf but learning how to adjust and adapt to being with a team, they use this level of development from each character to push the plot and build suspense to Aang's final decision against the Fire Lord Ozai. Alright, now let's get to the cons. As a film connoisseur, I have to be able to talk about the good and bad when it comes to critiquing. To me, there aren't really bad episodes, they're just episodes that aren't as good. You know, the filler episodes when we get a whole backstory of Appa and Momo, but even in that, they still add to the story in some way, shape, or form. Some people may talk about the comedy of it, you know, being a little corny with the one-liners, but hey, I'm fine with it. We're adults who took over a show made for 7-year-olds. I expect it.
Yeah, I've been waiting to use that one.
Another thing that be throwing me off is the inconsistencies when it comes to bending when they're fighting. It be so many times where I'm like, bro, you looked at like the greatest bender last episode, and now that your life is on the line, you don't know what to do? Like,
I saw a video once about how earthbending is overpowered because earthbenders can bend the dirt beneath their opponent's feet. And the only thing that keeps earthbending fair in the universe of Avatar is the fact that earthbenders just choose not to do this very often. Because it'd be unreactable, right? Every earthbender should start every fight by making a ditch underneath their opponent's feet and then crushing their ankles before the fight can even begin. But the show does have a way to balance this. The only problem is it's wildly inconsistent.
this is more of a personal issue, but some of the decisions that the characters make, it be pissing me off. When Aang needed to reach the Avatar state and he blocked his chakra because he was sitting there fiending over Katara. When Zuko decided to betray his uncle, the nigga who's been helping him the entire show. When Katara was about to get revenge on the man who killed her mom, and she started going off on everybody, including her brother who has the same mom.
Katara, she was my mother too.
Yeah, bitch.
But I think Aang might be right.
Then you didn't love her the way I did.
Dang.
Katara.
I think overall there is a good balance of action, humor, and drama throughout the show. But sometimes they decide to go the all-American route where every conversation...
Yo, All American is so butt after like the first 2 seasons, bro. I don't remember how many seasons they had, but that show is horrible.
is an unneeded therapy session. In book 3, when Zuko and Azula went on vacation to Ember Island, and everybody was sitting there by the fire and, oh my gosh, just trauma dumping away. My father would never accept me. I must restore honor. I'm like, my G, I'm cool on that. We're good. We don't need this, actually.
Here we go. Do you have any idea what my home life was like? Growing up with 6 sisters who look exactly like me?
Having a whole Dr. Phil episode for the Fire Nation, like, no. Like I said, I'm trying to be like open-minded to somebody who clicked on this video and never watched the show.
Never watched
the ending, I don't know if it's just because as like I'm rewatching it, I feel like the ending was maybe a little anticlimactic. I don't know. Maybe it's a personal issue that I don't like happy endings. Paul, that was like a big build-up. And another thing I will say is we don't really get a lot of Fire Lord Ozai, who is supposed to be the main mission for...
How do we have a main villain and not have a great backstory? That's what makes a villain. And we're selling with that part. If I watch this show and they have this build up talking about this dude's this and that, but we don't have no lore, I'm gonna be mad. Even though he just said it doesn't really talk about him, but I can't stand that. I think a villain is a great part of a hero story, bro.
The Avatar. We get him briefly throughout, and we get like a quick backstory of his lineage, but we just don't get a lot. I gotta look inside myself. I
wonder why they have that scar on their eye.
I mean, animations, they aren't the greatest thing in the world. They go with a very simple style, but outside of those that I listed, there really isn't a lot that I would change. I will say this though, the discourse around The Legend of Korra is disgusting. And when I do a full rewatch, I will expeditiously be talking about that.
Pathetic. Of all the avatars I've worked with, you're by far the worst.
All right, let's get back to pushing agendas. The nostalgic excitement that I get from this show it's a better rush than crack cocaine in the 80s.
Bro has never touched crack a day in his life.
Peter, what are you doing? Crack? What the?
You know, I could yap all day, but I don't want to make this a long ass video, and I might leave room for a possible part 2. From the storytelling, from the plot, to the growth of the characters, the writers made such a captivating animation. For it to be considered a kid's show, they talk about some pretty deep issues. From genocide to trauma to women's rights, I guess. The theme pushes for compassion, balance within yourself, learning to let go, quality, and making very tough decisions. Aang was raised by air nomads who were monks, and he was, what felt like forced into a decision to take somebody's life, which went against his morality, but would bring peace to the world. I ain't gonna spoil the choice that he made for, those who ain't seen it, but I genuinely, when I watch this show, it is a top tier. If you don't want to say it's the best of all time, hey, I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck. But it is a top tier show, bro. And hey, if you disagree with anything that I said, hey, put me on game. Maybe I missed the show. Maybe I didn't think of one. My bad. Spark a conversation in the comment section. Bring balance by liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next video.
It's a cold Sunday to complain. I hold it in until it rains.
All right, so our next watch for a show is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this show. I'm going into this with medium expectations. I usually go into a lot of things with high, never low. But I'm going to this with medium expectations. As a pre-review, when I haven't watched it yet, I'm going to give it a 6. No, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Never watched Avatar a day in my life. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 as of today. If I don't make it past the first season, my answer stays correct. If I make it past the first season, we will continue watching this and reacting to it, but I will also increase my number. If y'all have anything to say about Avatar: The Last Airbender, please let me know. I've watched a lot of shows growing up, a lot of kids shows, and Avatar was never one of them. I'm not sure the hype around this show. I'm not sure why a lot of people love it. I hear a lot of people say that it's a really great show, like one of the best shows. I just never sat down and watched it, never played any other games. But I think today I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna look forward to watching the first couple of episodes to see if it's within my range of being a good show. I ain't gonna ramble too much about it because I don't have anything to say about it. But yeah, we'll watch the first couple episodes as like a series on this channel, and we'll just continue from here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and like I always tell y'all, I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.